Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel where we are building this series about a city that has come from the medieval time until the modern times, and we are here in the starting tile where we are building what we are planning to be the main source of economic for the people that live in the old town. This is going to be the fisher town, the fishing town that we're gonna, I don't know if that's the correct name, but that's how I am going to call it, the fisher town. And here you see me trying to start building my first fishing industry, but I struggle with the money because you know that we are working in something like a vanilla mode where we had to collect money and make everything as it's supposed to be in the game. I speed things a little bit and I got the amount of money. I'm gonna stick to using this type of road that allow me to build without having to spend any money. But now the other thing that I want to do in this part of the build is to change the appeal of all the houses and buildings that we have to resemble more like an old town, because the buildings that we had at the starting were all a mix of all that was available. But right now I have unlocked the district style, which is going to allow me to change the type of building that will be spawning in here. When I was making this route for the chips, I just wanted to be very efficient. I didn't want it to give them a huge route to make it look like, oh, they are traveling very far away. But I just wanted to give them enough space to fill their chips. One thing about these buildings is that when you are panning from the top, they look very empty, not like these regular vanilla ones that comes with a lot of props, hedges, fences, and trees. So for this, I am copying the trees that are in the map and try to place them like in the backyard of the city. I am doing a little bit of expansion because we need a lot of citizens for us to keep the city growing and making all the unlocking stuff that we have to do to be able to continue the build. So you're gonna see me, I'm gonna be slowly destroying all the houses, because I don't want that everybody that lives in the city to run away from the city. Then I am gonna get my population very low, and then I'm gonna have to go back to all the things, and you know, I am unlocking all the stuff, so I cannot lose a lot of people, because that can make me struggle with the money that we are making. So I'm going to be in this episode slowly taking all of the houses down so they can regrow with the appeal of this team. This team is the gray roof team. It's available in the Steam workshop, and you have to download this whole collection. In here you see me that I was about to destroy the house that belonged to the first citizen that we had, and I decided to let it in there because it's like a symbol. This is something that, yeah, it's not gonna mean a lot, but maybe when I am doing something not that important, I wanna find it. Here you can see that the people is loving what I am doing with these new houses and all the trees and stuff, because the land value is getting good in some areas, and that's a good thing, because that the the way that we are building, the houses are gonna be leveling up. When you build with only Rico, all the houses stay the same level. You start struggling with the level, but since we are not building with Rico, we are placing the house. Some houses are gonna be placed manually, but almost all of the houses are gonna be placed by zoning. In here, I am placing some parks and stuff because you can see that when we destroy the houses, they start growing up, and the demand for residential gets low, and I need to make the people to be appealed to come back to the city, because I tend to lose a lot of population, then they come back, and then I lose population back on. And the most important thing for me is to be able to maintain the population in here. One thing that is very important for me is to show you how I detail my farming industry, because that's one of the things that I think that I do, the better thing that I do with detailing is the farming industry, because you can see that these pasture areas comes very empty. They only put the sheep or cows in there, and what I do is that I plant some trees in the middle using help of the propane tree anarchy, and then I start placing some bushes and stuff that make them look more like a pasture, because if they are in a pasture, it's supposed to have a little bit of grass and stuff for the animals to eat, and that's what I do. I place this grass path in the middle, so when the sheep that's gonna be in this moment come to the pasture, they are gonna emulate like they have something to eat in there. And that's, for me, something that in the detailing part is very important. So I pay a lot of attention for that. I didn't have one of my favorite assets, that is the gula tree, that emulate a high grass, a very overgrowth grass, very good. So I'm sticking to this one that is right now in my collection. This area that I am building in here, this is a flour mill. This is a custom asset that you can find it easily in the Steam Workshop. I'm gonna be downloading some that will be like storages and more things that can be done in the farming area. I'm gonna be downloading it and using it in future videos, because in here as I told you, I don't plan to rush to download all the assets that I used to use. I just going to be downloading them as I need them, because even in this episode, when I was starting, I had a few errors, and I had to unsubscribe to a lot of assets that look like they are not ready to be used with the PMP DLC right now at this moment. So I'm going to be downloading the asset as I need them, one by one, and if they work, I'm gonna use them. If they don't work, I'm gonna unsubscribe. That's why I am not using a lot of stuff that I used to use when I am building my cities. For this area in here, I plan to build like a big park in this area that is not like a rectangle. So I'm gonna leave it there, and at some moment in the build you're gonna see me to taking out all the zoning and stuff. But right now I need to fill the demand for commercial, because I need demand for residential in order for me to be able to take out all the houses that don't suit the appeal of the city. Because if I destroy them with that low of the demand, they are not gonna grow back up. So that's why I start destroying them like part by part. I don't want to rush and destroy them all at the same time. One thing that I am paying a lot of attention, and that's what I told you at the start of the episode, is the detailing. I'm using almost always the same type of trees that are the same that are in the forest that make part of this build. Because when we make the panoramics or the aerial view, I want to everything look very natural and like something that was there by a long time. It's very normal that when you have a new town, you don't have a lot of trees, or you have only small trees. But since we are trying to recreate something that is being there by maybe hundreds of years, we need to have a lot of very high trees. One thing that I hate about working without the theme manager or the district styles is that you have this mix of everything, and they really don't look very appealing. So I'm gonna do all that I can until I get to have everything to look very similar and more like something that came out in these times. One thing that happened when I was trying to do this episode was that I went back to the workshop and I downloaded another theme, because I'm planning to use a few different themes by areas. And the theme that I downloaded came with some like dragons and stuff that I really wasn't like wanting to use, because that's not what I am aiming to do in this build. Looks like there's an asset that I downloaded that somehow changed the appeal of the seagulls or something that was flying, and changed it to dragons. And you're gonna see it when I put the farming industry here, that they are gonna be spawning in the sky. And I really didn't want that. They were very annoying to me, because they even though that they don't look good, but they look very fake. And in there you can see the dragon layers. I haven't placed it that. It says in the description that when you place it, it gives the probability to some dragons to show. But even though if you don't place it, if you have it on your collection, they start appearing. As you can see there, you can see the shadows in the sky. You can see them, and they appear and disappear, and then you can see they go up and down. They look horrible. That's something that I really hated. At the first impression that I had, I said, I'm gonna leave them there. But then they started spawning in the whole city, and yeah, you can see it there. It came out from the corner feel, and yeah, they look very bad. I had to go back to the Steam Workshop and unsubscribe from a lot of stuff. Even one thing that I really hate, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it in this part of the episode, was that I subscribed in this collection to some horses that substituted a lot of cars and stuff. And yeah, naturally you cannot have horses riding like 100 miles per hour or maybe 60 miles per hour. That's unreal. And the asset creator of these horses gave them a very low speed limit, and they tend to create a lot of traffic. So when I saw that, I said, no, it's time for me to change that and go back to the Steam Workshop. And then I unsubscribed from a lot of stuff that really didn't make the appeal of what I was doing. I'm not planning to do something here like, yeah, this is medieval. No, this is not medieval. This is a city that grew up from the medieval times, and right now he's in the modern time, but this is how the city evolved. That's what I want to do here. And as you know, when the cities that came from the medieval time had a lot of things and activities that were implemented in their times, in the medieval times, that were preserved from time to time, like this fishing industry. That's one thing that I want to maintain, and it's gonna be a very nice way of making money. This fishing industry is right now, at this moment where I am building it, is struggling to make a little bit of money, but by the end of the episode, this is going to be the main source of money, along with the farming industry that also is going to be making a lot of money. These are going to be the two main sources of money. One of the best, if not the best, DLC that has came out for this game is the Industries DLC. This is the absolute thing that makes the game easier and has a lot of good mechanics that help people making money and doing some things very realistic, like having profitable industries, having profitable source of income that you can place and really help with the economic of your city. That's in this one, the fishing industry comes from the Sunset Harbor DLC. That was a good addition, the fishing industry, but there was a lot of things that really were useless for me about this DLC. When we are talking about DLCs, there's not really a bad DLC, because all of them has at least one good thing that we can say that helps the game mechanic. Because one that I hate is the natural disaster DLC. This is one that I hate the most, because I don't play with natural disaster. I only play with fires. But a good thing about this DLC is the helicopters, the fire helicopter, the police, and all these good things that came out with these DLCs. This DLC are very nice for the game, as well as the one that brings the snow to the city. I don't really remember. That's one that I have never used to play with a snowy map, but comes with good stuff like some transportation options, some stuff that help the game look more realistic. Like this PMP DLC, I really don't like that a lot. I'm trying to use these mechanics that it comes with, all the pedestrian areas and stuff. They are good, but right now I don't feel that I really need to use them. But comes with those parks and all these parking lots and stuff that not the main stuff. Maybe it's the most important thing that the DLC gives you, but the side stuff, like the houses, the new buildings, like this big school that it comes with, the big high school, and these designs that comes with, these are the things that make me get all the DLCs. Not the main stuff, but the side stuff that come with them. These are the key feature. Another thing that I like to do with this farming industry is to use more these planting areas more than the other one, like the cornfield and that stuff, because I can place these trees and complete the area. If I have like what you were expecting, this weird shape in the street, I can complete it with all these trees just by placing them. And you can see in here that I am copying them, and they can be placed like what you can have in the main building. They are not gonna provide you with more goods and stuff, but they are gonna be helping the general appeal for that. When I finish with this part of the city, this farming area, you're gonna see what I mean. These are just for appeal, at least these are better than the crop field, these cotton ones and the corn ones. You cannot do like a weird shape with them. You just can stick to this rectangle shape, but with these ones you can use easily these trees and complete the whole stuff as you want it. So that's gonna be it for this episode. You're gonna see me doing some small stuff right now, copying these few pastures and placing them in the other place to like close this area up. And then I am there looking for some assets to continue on, but I had to download it from the Steam Workshop. At this part, we are almost at the end of the episode. I want to thank you for being here, and don't forget to give us a like if you like the episode, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep on growing, and share the video. You can maybe help somebody to do something and achieving their goals when building the city. We are right now trying to plan our next move. I don't want to overgrow this part of the city because I don't want to bring a lot of traffic to this area or to no area. So we are going to, for the next episode, we're going to be building in another square that you're going to see me buying here, that's going to provide us with some part of this nice grid that we have. So in the next episode, I hope to triple the amount of citizens that we're gonna have. So until that, it's gonna be like this. So see you in the next one, and thank you for being here.